Hello to all of my loyal YouTube subscribers, all of my fans. I know it's been a long time, but I thought that I would make a new video today. I'm feeling sick and stuffy and gross, and just thought to myself that maybe making a YouTube video would be a great way for me to pass the time. So thank you so much for waiting so long for my next release. I promise you won't be disappointed. I actually had the idea for this video because I was calling my mom when I was sick, and she said it was important for me to eat a lot of fruit. So what I have here today is a fruit tier list on something called tiermaker.com. And I thought it would be fun to go through and rank all of these different fruit because I agree with her. Fruits are important and I love them so much. And I didn't realize how much I liked them until, so I grew up in a neighborhood with a lot of other Chinese kids. But when I went to university and beyond, I realized when I was talking to more white Canadians that a lot of white Canadians aren't exposed to the number of and diversity of fruits that I was as a child. I'd talk to some people who hadn't even tried peaches, for example, or plums. So just something to think about. I feel like fruits don't hold the same kind of cultural weight here, in white Canadian culture that they do in a lot of Asian families. Fruits are a way of apologizing. Maybe if your parent is apologizing with a higher tier fruit, that means they're more regretful of their actions. There's a classic stereotype about that. I'm to show how much I love fruit, I'm wearing my fruits and vegetables shirt. Honestly, it's mostly vegetables, but we've got a pear in here. We've got a couple of plums. I can't quite tell what these are. They look like cocoa beans to me or something. Or some kind of pod. I'm not sure. If you know what kind of fruit that is, then sound off in the comments. And this shirt was actually designed by a Korean man named Michael Key. So shout outs to Michael Key. Got my fruit shirt on and I'm ready to rate some fruit. All right, let's just get into it, I think. And I just want to also address, I realize that what I'm doing right now is a bit evil, just in terms of making a tier list from, God's most beautiful creations. I feel like some might say it has an anthropocentric skew to it, a sort of, this whole classification, categorization, hierarchy thing. Why are we applying this to pure, sweet, and innocent fruit? And that's a valid concern, and that's a criticism that I'll keep in mind moving forward with the rest of my videos. And trust me, it's something that I'm taking to heart and a contradiction that I'm holding as I'm working on this tier list. Oh, I also want to say that I've also added some of my own fruit to this tier list, so I will talk about them when they come up. But the ones that don't have names on them are ones that I've added because I thought they were important enough and relevant enough to mention them. Okay, so we'll start with green apple. I've thought really long and hard about how to rate these fruit. Like, should I just say that they have to be eaten as they are? I mean, for something like lemon and lime, I think that would be ridiculous. Like, you can't just rate lemon and lime as if you were biting right into them. Kind of faced with this paradox here with the green apple because nobody buys these to eat them, right? Like, I feel like these are usually purchased to be baked into something. But I have to say that these are pretty low on the tier list if we're going to talk about fruits that are meant to just be eaten. I mean, they're really hard and rough. I feel like the peel kind of cuts your throat as you're eating it. They're sour. They're just not great. So not a strong start, but we'll move on. Next is red apple. See, I'm not sure if this tier list is talking about a red delicious apple or a some kind of varietal of apple that happens to be red, like a Fiji or a Gala or even Cosmic Crisp, which is supplied by my local grocery store, Metro. But if we're just talking about an apple that's red in color, honestly, I think I have to put these either in A tier or B tier, probably A tier. I take the saying to heart, an apple a day keeps the doctor away, and I feel healthy when I eat an apple. They're just a really versatile snack, I find. Apricot. This, I mean, these are incredible, right? But is it really S tier? I feel like we need to add another row, like a SS tier. I feel like this necessitates a new tier. There we go. Okay. It's looking better to me now. Yeah, apricot. It's just so good. Honestly, when I was younger, I could just eat these without ever stopping, I feel. They're so delicious. And I would always eat so many that they gave me a tummy ache. Avocado, I honestly don't feel right putting this in the fruit category because it's not sweet. So I'm gonna make an executive decision and just disqualify this fruit and put it in the, sorry. I feel like, you know, the complexity of the fruit is just forcing me to make new tiers as we go. And it's because I take this seriously. Like, I really want to make sure that I'm doing the fruits justice. Banana, I would say, is another solid A tier, higher in the A tier scale because bananas come with their own packaging. They're easy to eat on the go. I've had bananas at work meetings. I've had bananas on the TTC, had them, you know, walking outside in the dead of winter. Add them to any smoothie and they make the smoothie taste better. Honestly, amazing. You know, when they go bad, you can make them into banana bread. Really just a solid fruit all around. And I guess it wouldn't go into the S or the double S tier because in terms of flavor and texture, you know, the ceiling for how good a banana can be is only so high. So I'm gonna put banana in A tier. That feels right to me. Okay, next up we've got blackberry. So again, blackberries, they're good because they're berries and they're very juicy, but I find that the seeds really get into my teeth. And I think that hinders it. Like, the mouthfeel of the fruit kind of hinders its taste, in my opinion. So I'll put that below apple. This one is my own addition. So this is a mulberry, which is a commonly foraged type of berry. I remember going on walks in my parents' neighborhood and just picking these from neighbors' trees, and nobody cared. So they were just like a free snack, which was really awesome. The thing about these, though, is that they don't have a lot of flavor. So if you think about like the tartness and the sweetness of a blackberry, these ones have more of like a subtle sort of watery flavor. So I'm just gonna put them into B tier because the flavor's not there, but have a lot of fun memories with this berry. Perfectly good berry. perfectly serviceable berry. Black currant, I don't actually think I've ever had these fresh, so I'm gonna have to put these in the I've never had this category. Blueberry, oh wow. Blueberry